righty, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight here on American One for the Tulsa Revolution versus the Wichita B-52s on this 7th of February. This is the fourth and final time these two teams are going to see each other this season, and this is also the Tulsa Revolution's last home game. They've got two more games on the road to finish out the season, but this is the last time we're going to see them here in Tulsa. I'm Josh Brookeleri, doing the play-by-play with you tonight, joined by Mr. Rich Lohman. Apologize for our absence last week. Feeling under the weather has been going around here in Tulsa, and, you know, no one is susceptible to that. But we are back again here on air, ready for this final home game. And just before kickoff, we got about a minute and a half here. I want to play a little interview. We talked to Coach Entian before the game, and so let's listen to see what's happening here this week. With Coach Entian of the Tulsa Revolution. Coach, just been 2 weeks since we've seen this Wichita team. Very, very close game last time. Explain to us a little bit what we might expect or see tonight to counteract this Wichita team.
It's going to be two teams that are really familiar with each other. It's toward the end of the league. For us, we have pride, and that's our motivation tonight. We're missing some key players. Just looking for players to show character and enthusiasm and look to excite the crowd and play with energy, play with heart and passion.
All right, so a couple of players you said that we are missing. Who exactly might that be, and what names are filling the roster with those?
We're missing Dave Long, who's been an important player we picked up with an injury. Another striker that we have, Levi Coleman's out with an injury. And then we have Frank that's going to be moved back to Las Vegas.
Alrighty, so we are missing those key players. We've heard those names a lot this season, but who's stepping in today on the roster? A couple names we've seen before, but not regulars.
Yeah, we have Sergio Vargas, who primarily plays in the midfield, so we'll probably be moving Michael Ponies up to the attack and David Parente up into the attack. And then we have Gunnar Kelly, who's also a midfielder. So adding midfielders, we're going to push more midfielders on, and hopefully they link up well tonight.
All right, very good. So a little bit different field orientation tonight. We'll see how it plays with y'all. Last home game here. Wishing you guys the best of luck, and it's been fun watching it thus far.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All righty, and that was talking to Coach Entian earlier. As he said, a couple of names on the roster that we haven't seen much this season, and the absence of a few that we have seen a lot of goal scorers. Frank Tayu, our leading points man, sitting out tonight, but we've got a good roster for you, and we have kicked off this match, so this match is underway. Wichita, of course, getting the ball first here in the PASL. Visitors always go first. Sam Guernsey with a header to get it out of the zone, send it into the Wichita zone. Wichita playing up against the wall on the far side. Claire sending it up on the left side, and that's going to go out of play. Thomas Shannon, Tulsa ball, deep in their end on the near side. Sends it over to Amos. Amos going to give a long ball. Up. In the right corner, defended there by Wichita, stolen away. Coming back down the other end. Thomas Shannon there with number 9. Javier Cordovez with a shot, getting bounced off. Now with Pittman, giving it back to Cordovez. Stolen by Sam Guernsey, coming up the side. And taken down by Cordovez behind. Going to call that foul on Wichita. Shannon on the near boards, sending it all the way over into the far corner. Therefore, it was Parente not able to get ahead on it, and covered up by Wichita. Long ball out to midfield. That's Ordell. Ordell gives it off, takes a shot, blocked with the rebound, and sent way out into the stands by number 99, Mr. Matt Clare. Now, these two teams, like I said before, this is the last time they're going to see each other this season. Tulsa not able to pull a win away from Wichita yet. Very, very close game just 2 weeks ago when these teams played here in Tulsa.
That's right.
Tulsa coming back, had a deficit, coming back trying to get that win, and just barely slipping away there in the last few seconds.
That's absolutely right. They had it all the way, a tie game up until 44 seconds left on the clock, and then Wichita just got that extra bounce. and just kind of put an arrow through the heart.
Yeah. That's a lot of disappointing ones here for Tulsa this year, but very, very keeping them close, keeping them good work. Long ball up the side from Bradford. Looks like that takes a bad bounce for Tulsa and is going to go out of play. Wichita's ball back on their yellow line, far side. Goalie for Wichita this week is going to be number 21, Nick Martinez. He had been out for most of the season. He plays the first few games, but he is going to be back in goal for Wichita this week. Close play up by the front. Thankfully, Tulsa defense was there to block it and clear it out of the zone. Martinez giving it all the way up. Matt Clare here on the left side. Looking for a shot. Takes one. Off the post. Comes back out to him. Beckford is there to play it off. Gives it to Amos. Amos is able to clear it out and up by the Wichita bench. Martinez handles there and picks it back up for Wichita. Clare has it in the middle over to the far side. Back into Clare. Amos slides in. Sliding save by Amos, goes out of bounds. And Clare is going to be down in the arc, but he gets up just because of that slide.
Wow.
Great play there by Amos. Like I've said before, last in the season, Amos very, very good with his feet, making a lot of good foot saves more so than hand saves for a goalie. I'd say he uses his feet quite well back there.
That's his
goal.
signature move.
Yes.
Going for the foot as opposed to making the hand save.
Fancy arc play by Wichita. Just a straight shot by Cordovez. Amos easily able to grab that ball. Going to give it off to TM on the far side. Amos play up a little bit, taking the ball up to the yellow line on the near side. Far ball cross field in the left corner for Parente. Parente settles the ball. Defended from behind there, trying to give it away. Back to midfield to TM. TM sends it back into the right corner. Now Guernsey has it. Guernsey passes back to midfield to Shannon. Shannon here up on the near side. Gives it for, that's going to be 21, Gunnar Kelly. Kelly loses the ball. Heading up the field, trying to get the ball back from number 22, Travis Pittman for the Wichita B-52s. Wichita on the far side. Gives it into the corner. Cordovez there. Gives it back into the middle for number 12, Casey Barton. Barton plays back to Pittman. Over on the near side for number Hobson. Hobson into the middle. Parente able to get a foot on it, sends it into the far corner. Playing at the yellow line. Wichita trying to reset. Back into the neutral zone here. Hobson near side with it. Wichita sent it into the zone. Pittman has it in the corner, trying to play around. Gets it off Jackson. Jackson takes a shot, misses wide. And Revolution gets in and clears that ball out. Bounces out of bounds right by the Revolution bench. So that's going to be a Wichita ball to get it back in play. Pittman over to Hobson. Hobson near side. Takes a shot at the yellow line off of Thomas Shannon's rear end and bounces out of play. Anything helps. Just got to get it in the way. Deflect those shots.
One thing I was noticing, Josh, that one thing we have done a lot this season is our defenders give up the body. And that's a good thing, especially when it's in the narrow nature of the indoor pitch here. It's good that they're taking and using their body to block the ball.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big asset. I think our defense is able to do very well. Something I pointed out many times. I remember 2 weeks ago, defense helped save a lot of balls from getting back to Amos, just not making him work as hard as he could. Yeah. Amos now with the ball is going to send it all the way up the pitch into the left corner. No one there to receive it for Tulsa. Wichita takes control of the ball. Casey Barton taking the ball up. Intercepted there by Bradford, Not able to keep control. Wichita gets it. Takes it back. Martinez, yellow line. Giving it up. Up on the right side, just inside the Tulsa zone. Shannon steps in, helps get the ball away. Gives it to Parente. He's not able to take it. Still at the yellow line. Ball fighting for the ball. Gives it over. Clare sends it back to the goalkeeper. Martinez takes it. Over on the far side, Wichita with control. Back to Martinez at the yellow line. Wichita trying to get set. Sends it all the way into the far corner on the right side. 81. Ordell has it. He takes a shot. Blocked by Amos. Thomas Shannon, long ball into the corner. Guernsey there to retrieve. Not able to turn and get it to pass. Gets a foot on it, not towards the goal. Wichita comes away with it. Up on the left side, Matt Clare taking it to middle. Over on the far side, number 11, Michael Chang. Chang playing with it into the Tulsa zone. Near side, 92 Martinez has it. There's going to be two Martinezes. That might get confusing. Goalkeeper Martinez and also number 92 Martinez. Shot gets behind Amos. Luckily, Ponies is there to save it. Excuse me, that would be Baba Ugba. Pardon me. Ponies and Ugba, I'm going to get them confused with the shaved heads tonight. Parente steps in, steals the ball from Clare. He's up the field. He's got 3-on-1. Parente trying to make a move. Gets a shot off just wide, left of the net. Wichita takes a quick turn up the field. Now Michael Chang with it at the yellow line. Getting fancy there with Baba Ugba. Puts it off the wall, get it back in the middle, but Parente's there. Loses the ball, but Beckford has it into the corner. Ugba now clearing it up to neutral zone. Tulsa fighting for possession here with Wichita. Wichita sending it high into the zone. And a bad ball off of Pittman's foot, it looks like, just sent it up and out of play. 8:03 left in this first quarter of play, almost halfway through this quarter, and not a lot of action goal scoring wise so far. No stats really on the board.
No, they're definitely playing this game. Both teams are playing this game really conservative between the yellow lines, it seems like. They're not really willing to get many people down deep. At least the Revolution aren't at this point.
Yeah, we've had a few of those just long balls with a striker kind of playing up there, whether it be Sam Guernsey, which is usually a defender, but nothing too aggressive from either team quite yet. That ball from Alex Tiem sent out of play. It's going to be a Wichita ball here on the near side. Deep pass in the right corner for Wichita. Cordova is there. Tiem steals it away, is able to clear it out to the neutral zone. Hit back by Wichita. Wichita now with control of the ball in the middle. Playing around with it in the neutral zone. Number 14, Hobson, takes it in to Pittman. Pittman by himself takes a shot. Brian Beckford saves that. Amos is able to pick it up after it's deflected off of Beckford. Good save there. Long ball taken by the goalkeeper Martinez and rolled out to his teammates. Wichita now here in the neutral zone on the near side. Vargas. Clare with a shot off the boards. Vargas now tips it up to Ponies. Ponies fighting with Hobson there. Back to Vargas. Vargas comes away with a pass. Oh, Gunner not able to get to it. Gunner Kelly there trying to slide. You can't really slide in PASL rules, but trying to get to that ball, it was just a toe ahead of him. Not able to connect there. Now Amos has it back in the arc, playing up a little bit. Gives it to Beckford. Beckford to Bradford. Back to Amos. Tulsa trying to set. Amos long ball in the left corner. We have and they're going to call a 3-line pass. Looks like Amos was just behind the yellow line, so the ball is going to come all the way back.
Wow.
To the Tulsa zone. The top of the yellow line. Okay, I don't believe I've seen one of these before, but that would have been a 3-line pass.
Yeah.
Looks like from the goalkeeper, Amos. And so that's going to give Wichita the ball at the top of the line in the Tulsa zone.
All right.
So 6:18 left in the first quarter. One foul on the board for Wichita. No fouls on the board for Tulsa. Pretty much a stat-free quarter so far. Touch on kind of what we were talking about earlier. A very safe game thus far.
Well, like I said before, this it's interesting to see these teams play so close to their play so conservative in this opening quarter. Not too many long balls, like we were discussing, but you got I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that we're so down in terms of personnel right now. That might be a factor in it, but they're playing it real close, and that's a good thing, I guess. I mean, to start out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, no one's getting ahead by any means on the board or otherwise. Tulsa, yeah, definitely playing a little bit safer, I think, with the long balls. Wichita, it seems like neither team is able to keep control of the ball.
Right, exactly.
Thus far. Wichita's playing with it a lot in the neutral zone, but other than that, the ball control is kind of back and forth. It's a tennis match kind of out there right now.
Well, it's fairly simple. It's very similar to the way they played them 2 weeks ago. It's a lot of going the length of the field, which is part of the reason why we have this free kick situation right now. And last week in the game with Chicago, the Chicago forced the Revolution to play to the side, and there was a lot of room in the middle for them to work. And I'm not seeing that this game.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different play style than what I'm used to seeing from this Revolution team. And like Coach said earlier, you know, personnel definitely different this week. We don't have the strikers that we're used to having up top, so I think it's more of a midfield kind of slow push forward than anything else for this Tulsa team. That ball on the yellow line, shot rocketed off into the stands. Wichita doesn't make anything of that. So now Lewis Amos, goalkeeper for Tulsa, will have the ball. It's like a goal kick, similar to outdoor. Amos plays it to himself. Kicks it up, given to Guernsey. Looks like tap off. Martinez just grabs it. A little deflection there I wasn't expecting. I was looking for it to get all the way up to Ponies.
Oh, definitely. Last game, the Mustangs scored on us in a very similar play. It's very rare in any game like this that you'd see a goalkeeper score, but theirs did on us. It was a lucky bounce, and kind of left everybody kind of gap-mouthed here in the arena.
Yeah, that would be quite a scene to see. More fighting for possession here in the neutral zone. A lot of back and forth. Fighting back here. Ugba grabbing onto Wichita there, trying to get possession of that ball. Beckford now with it on the far side. Gives it in for Guernsey. Looking for something. Guernsey trying to turn. Double team there. Still has the ball. Oh, finally stolen away by Wichita. Wichita comes up the field now. Number 20. Bryant with it all the way into the Tulsa zone. Finally taken away. There's Jackson with it. Loses the ball. Guernsey trying to get it out. And it's going to be stopped. Oh, little tie up there. And looks like Guernsey's going to get a blue card for that little entanglement with Bryant. No, excuse me, number 81. That would be Ordell.
Tulsa's going to have the power play.
Looks like it's going to be an even.
Oh, well,
looks like they both got blue cards.
Yeah.
Referee's going to give them both blue cards for that entanglement. A little shoving going on after the fact. So 2-minute penalty for Guernsey and a 2-minute penalty for Blake Ordell for the Wichita B-52s. And it looks like it's going to be just 4 men on the field for both teams. So both teams playing a man down, even though it is an even penalty. So it's going to be 4-on-4 play here for 2 minutes. At 5:04 left in the first quarter. Jackson for Wichita on the far side. Fast Blake into the corner. Looks like they're going to call checking, I believe, on that one.
So. Boarding, if there is such a call in arena soccer.
Yeah, Beckford trying to catch up and get that ball. Knocks Jackson over in the corner, and that's going to be a Wichita ball. Pittman with a shot, deflected by Parente. Pittman still with the ball. Sends it back for their goalkeeper, Martinez. Martinez long ball up in the left corner. That's going to go out of play. So Tulsa ball in their end. Beckford there on the near side to put it back in play for Tulsa. Beckford long ball up for Parente, but intercepted by Wichita. TM with a head, but they're going to call, looks like a high kick on Pittman. TM got away safely, but good call. Foul there for a high kick on Pittman, just to be safe. Got to watch those feet. Quite a bit taller than TM was. Could have gotten a foot in the face there. Shot deflected by Ponies, but goes into the Wichita corner. Clare controls it, gives a long ball up, and Amos is able to just catch that and hang on to it. He's going to roll it to himself. Long ball up on the left side. Ponies is there. Ponies in to Wichita. Header. Martinez is going to grab it. Toss it out. Barton. Back to Martinez. Pressure there from Josh Danza. Gives it up to midfield. Loses it. Loose ball. Claire's able to give it back to Barton. Barton takes control of the ball for Wichita. Over on the near side for Claire. Pressured there by Beckford. Claire gives it back to the goalkeeper Martinez. Now playing up at the yellow into the neutral zone. Ball again in the left side. There, I believe, is number 92, Larry Martinez. Gives it back. Back up on the left side for Claire. The yellow line in the middle for Martinez. Near side for Hobson, excuse me. Wichita now controlling the ball, taking a little bit slower pace to kill off this penalty. Only 20 seconds left in the penalty. 3:23 left in the first quarter. 82, Colin Lauder over on the far side, playing with it, trying to get a shot. Takes it. Amos easily blocks that. Gives it out to Parente quickly. 5 seconds now with the penalties. About to be back to full strength for both teams. Parente playing with it, neutral zone. Shot blocked, deflected, and goal! Counted good, Tulsa Revolution. First on the board tonight. Now that ball looks like it was deflected, I want to say off of a Wichita defender.
Yeah, it looked like it went in off of a defender just on the rebound. It was a pretty good shot, pretty good deflection, pretty good block that gave us the deflection anyway, but that's 1-0 Revs.
Yeah, I believe they're going to award that to Michael Ponies, who was right there. It was hard for me to tell if it was Ponies or if it hit off a defender.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think they're going to give that to Ponies to put Tulsa up on the board with 3:01 just left in this first quarter of action here tonight.
All right.
Wichita off the kickoff, sent it long into the right corner and out of play. Let's see what the official stats it's going to put up. Yeah, Ponies with assist from Parente. So Parente does get credit for that assist, and Ponies is going to get credit for the goal there to put Tulsa up on the board 1-0. Ball played in by Tulsa, taken by Wichita, though. Playing up in the neutral zone. Pittman there into the Tulsa zone. Off the right of the boards. Jackson's there to recover. Rebound inside, off the boards. Pittman now with control of it. Tulsa scrambling, trying to get control. Back to Jackson to Pittman. Pittman shot! And that goes in.
That one went in.
It's right up over Amos. And Wichita able to answer very quickly here.
Wow.
Tulsa's goal. 2:34 in the first quarter, and Wichita is able to tie it up here. Pittman, quick shot right up over Amos there. Tulsa defense scrambling, trying to get control of that ball and get it out, but Wichita able to put it past.
Yeah, that was wasn't exactly a rocket of a shot, but it caught the crossbar on the way in and got that just a little too tall for Amos on that one. So we're all tied up here at the Cox Business Center.
All tied up with just about 2.5 minutes remaining. Tulsa now with the ball. Parente in the middle. Not able to control. Guernsey now in the right corner. Turning, trying to get a shot off. Now Thomas Shannon sends it back in. That's going to be a deflection off of Wichita, sent out of play. A lot of Wichita players wanting to call a handball on Parente out there. His arm was out, but he was moving it along with the ball. He never controlled it with his hands. And now the Wichita ball out is going to give Tulsa the ball at the top of the arc. Parente lining up. And Tulsa's going to call a timeout. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first quarter of play. Score is 1-1, Tulsa, Wichita. Not a lot happening in this first quarter. Still kind of a lot of back and forth. Wichita slowing down the game a little bit. It looks like there for a bit they were able to get control of it, especially during the penalties. I saw Wichita slowing down their play a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Also seeing that the physical aspect of the game's coming up a lot. I mean, we got the matching two blue card penalties, and it seems like they're playing each other like the rivals that they probably honestly should be in the professional arena soccer league.
Yeah, we definitely saw that last game. Last game they came out really hot right out of the gates. It's a little bit different scene this week. I say last week, excuse me, 2 weeks ago. But a little bit cooler. But yeah, the physicality is turning up just a little bit. Last game got a little bit out of hand there at the end with a couple of cards. The red card being called. Let's hope it doesn't escalate to that again. But these two teams, two very physical teams, very young and quick teams, so they're going to play with their bodies a lot. And they're kind of turning it up. It seems like they're turning up the volume slowly but surely in this first quarter of play.
Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely. Well, like I said, the last time these two teams played together, they're basically the same team in terms of their abilities. At least I think. From first impression.
No, I definitely agree there. And we are ready to resume play here. Parente with a shot at the top of the arc. Oh, off the inside of the crossbar and out. Excuse me, not crossbar, the left post. Sent around. Shannon's got the ball. Takes a shot deflected by Wichita. That was an interesting shot there. I thought that was in. Wichita now up the field in the left corner. Cordova's there. Shannon gets a foot on it. Now Parente on the near side, bringing it back up the field. Parente gives it deep into the Danza. Danza there with it in the left corner. Off the wall, little rebound. Bradford getting there. Finally catches up with it in the corner. And the ball bounces around to Martinez. Martinez, long throw up the field. Wichita there controls it. With Vargas on his back, that would be Cordova's had it. Shannon comes in to steal possession, and they're going to call a foul. Cordova's ends up on the ground because of it. That shot from Parente was quite interesting. It went off. I saw the net shake.
Right.
It hit the left post and bounced around that corner, the wall there.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure that was a ball in. That was an interesting deflection.
Come about as close. That ball is across the line in its entirety. It can't be stopped on the line, and it's that was about as close as they come.
Yeah, I haven't seen any closer than that. Ball back in play now. Amos brings it up to yellow line, gives it deep into the right corner for Ponies. Ponies settles there. It's taken out while double teamed by Wichita. Good call by the referee there. Going to call the foul.
Right.
Double team there. Ponies couldn't do much, and being tripped up, they're going to call it. So that's going to be 4 fouls for Wichita with 1:08 remaining in this first quarter. Tulsa's up to 2 fouls. Tulsa behaving themselves so far this game. Beckford off the walls, into the middle of the arc. No one there to retrieve it. Parente is back into the neutral zone. Gives the ball back to Amos. Pressured by Cordovez. Now TM coming off the bench to intercept that ball. To Vargas. Vargas to Ponies. Ponies tripped. And they're going to call another foul in Wichita. That's Wichita's 5th foul. And as you all know well, I'm sure, one more foul, and that's going to get a 2-minute penalty for Wichita and a man advantage for Tulsa. Tulsa puts it into play. Quick shot by Parente, deflected. And that ball's going to bounce all the way down to the Tulsa end. 40 seconds left in this first quarter of play. Tied 1-1. Amos gives it over to Vargas. Vargas far side. Plays it up the wall to Parente. Parente shoved from behind. Pittman, that's going to be 6th foul with 33 seconds left. And we're going to get a penalty on Wichita. Like I said, Tulsa power play now for 2 minutes. Going to be a man advantage. Wichita will be playing with 4 players on the field. Tulsa with 5 for the remaining 33 seconds of this quarter and the first minute and a half of the second quarter play. Tulsa's going to have the ball right at about midfield on the far side. Beckford plays it into Parente. Parente, long shot off the boards, just wide of the net. Giving up the field, number 14, Hobson. Amos stretching and is able to poke that up over the boards. 20 seconds left remaining in the first quarter. There's quick play back up the field for Wichita. Now, since Amos tipped that up out of play, it's going to be a Wichita corner kick. Martinez is going to be down there. Larry Martinez, number 92. All right, ready to put the ball back in play here. Martinez with it. Gives it to Hobson. Hobson, quick shot. Deflected out by Guernsey. Rolls out to midfield. We've got 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Ball deep by Wichita. Off the boards. Amos is going to get it. He's going to take it up with a shot. Out of play. And I think they're going to call that good for the quarter. Interesting first quarter of play here in the Cox Business Center from the Tulsa Revolution and Wichita B-52s. 1 quarter down, 1-1 is the score. So, just want to go back to kind of this. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They're gonna put 1 second on the clock.
Okay.
I thought they were just gonna call it good and let it run. But they're going to be all official here today, which is great. And we're going to play with 1 second left.
And there we go.
And Martinez gives the ball, and we're good.
Okay.
Now, what we've seen so far with these, I want to say the lineup, perhaps, or the shifts. The field, they've been playing a little bit differently. We've seen Sam Guernsey, normally a defender, playing up far. We've seen Parente, that's usually strikering. He's been playing back. So we've had a lot of flip-flopping, a lot of kind of different formation than what we've seen. And it seems to be, I would like to say it's working quite well.
Well, yeah, I would agree. The thing is that neither team wants to really go get that far past that yellow line. Of course, Wichita's playing a lot closer to Amos on the attack. Tulsa doesn't seem to be doing that. They've got one man down deep, and they're playing the corners on whatever, especially when they go long ball. But the big thing, I think, has been their problem in the games that I've seen is the fact that when they try to get that rebound off the end boards, and they try to get that out to the center, that center man's not there, and that's got to be maddening for Coach Ensien that he's got the setups there, but you can't if you don't have a man to convert a rebound like that. You know what good is a play? But that's, of course, that's not my call. I mean,
yeah, no, I agree with you there, and I mean we saw that just earlier, a few plays back. I think it was Ponies playing with it in the corner, gives a rebound off the boards, deflects it off the boards, it rolls into the middle of the arc. We've got 3 men around the arc, but not right there up top in the middle where we should. I know it's kind of a staple in outdoor soccer. If you're playing guys on the wings. You've got guys out on the wings. You get a guy smack dab in the middle of the goal,
right?
Because you're a rebound, a header, a something,
right? And
Tulsa's just not been doing that from what we can see or what we've been calling up here. Is they're leaving that middle open.
The game plan is it's working because we got a point on the board.
Yes.
But the main thing that I can see, if I was the one to be advising Coach Ensien at this point, was that when you get the man in the corner, you bring the man to the middle. Mm-hmm. You bring a man to the middle, probably right off of the spot, or if not, right inside the arc.
Yeah.
And wait for that shot. Wait for that ball to come out towards that to the point. Would be a better. I guess would be great
to the point.
And then you put that ball in there. But again, we're up here above the pitch. They're down there. Situationally, it's a player's call. But if that's one of the things that they need to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And Wichita, I think, does a very good job at that. Like we saw a couple weeks ago, they do like to play a little bit wide usually. They're pushed out more is how they like to play. So they're playing in the corners a lot. They do the same thing we do. We'll give those long balls into the corner. And Wichita's very, very good, though, at getting a guy in the middle. That's how Pittman scored earlier. Jackson Pittman kind of back and forth there in the corner, scuffling for it. They were able to get the ball into the middle of the goal, into the arc, and someone was there to finish it off and put a foot on it.
Well, it just seems that, hopefully they'll make that adjustment because that's at least one of the more glaring things that I've seen.
Yes.
So
both teams back out on the field getting ready to start this second quarter of play. Scores 1-1. Wichita's reset to 0 fouls, but they still have 1:27 left in the penalty. So they're still playing 4 players down. Tulsa at full strength. Parente with it in the neutral zone. Over to Shannon on the far side. Bradford with it. Into the corner. Rebound. Deflected off. And Martinez is able to grab that ball. Martinez throws it all the way up. Wichita playing conservative. Amos gets it at the yellow line. Shannon now with it on the far side. To Parente. Parente playing back in the neutral zone. Kind of been taking those long shots from the yellow line, I've noticed. Parente doing a lot of far footwork.
Yeah, he's hanging back.
Yeah, not getting up close into the goal like he has usually that we've seen, but he's taking those shots from further out. Shannon sends it into Ponies on the right side. Rebounded. That's going to hit off a defender and counted good for the Tulsa Revolution.
Counted good.
Thomas Shannon put that ball exactly where it needed to go, and the Wichita decided to help us out and put it in for us.
A pretty good shot. Just one of those deals where they got that man in, come off the boards like that, and it's like we were talking about at the corner. That's put that man in the middle, and you've got that shot.
Excuse me, that was Michael Ponies that put that ball. Excuse me, Shannon gave it to Ponies. Ponies put the ball in front of the goal where it needed to be, and it bounced off a Wichita defender and in. Wichita now with the ball. They're trying to send it up the field, but kicks it right into their fans. Wichita with a great showing of fans again over there on the far side in their orange. Not the drums and stuff like they had 2 weeks ago, but still being supportive there. Excuse me, that was a ball Tulsa sent. Tulsa sent the ball right into the Wichita zone. Switching sides here. I'm still getting acclimated. All right, Wichita not able to use that arc. Ball at top of the arc, but Breckford is able to clear it all the way up the field. About 10 seconds left in the Wichita penalty now. About to go back to full strength. 13:40 remaining in the second quarter. Deep ball from Wichita, and that's going to go out of play just before the boards in the left corner there. It's going to be Tulsa ball. And 2 seconds remaining on that penalty. So right when they put this ball into play, Wichita will be back at full strength. Ball sent long. Wichita recovers, trying to play it back up the field. Hit back by Tulsa. Parente there with a little back. Kelly's with it in the corner. Chasing it down left corner here. Double teamed. We've got three. TM's there to help. Still fighting for possession there. Gets it out. Wichita knocks it out of the zone. TM with a head. Guernsey now with it. Guernsey plays it all the way back to Amos. Amos pressured there by Claire. But able to get away. TM now with it. Midfield. TM to Parente. Parente takes it outside. Oh, cuts at the yellow line. He's got three guys around him. Not sure where to put it. There's Kelly. Kelly gets a foot to Guernsey and goal!
That was nice.
Counted good. Sam Guernsey. Ooh, little twist at the end of that one this week. Sam and his little round-off backflips that we like to see. Great ball. Give it in there. Kelly not able to get a good foot on it. Taps it ahead. Guernsey able to finish it with that ball from Parente originally. So Parente to Kelly to Guernsey. Another goal for Tulsa very quickly here with 12:50 remaining in the first quarter.
They have a chance to take control of this game. This will be when you start putting the pressure on. We know that the second quarter hasn't been good to us in recent games, and there we go.
Oh, my, and a quick goal there by Wichita. Rich, if you can walk me through that one. I was honestly writing. I did not even see that one happen.
Well, Wichita got deep on that one and sent a crossing pass over to their left side man, and had Amos deked out of position, and it wasn't much. That's all you could see in front of him was net, and he put it right through him.
Well, unfortunate there for Tulsa, not able to get back and play D after that goal. So Wichita picks a quick one. That's going to be 3-2. Tulsa still in the lead here with 12:34 remaining in the second quarter. Ball back in play now. Ponies with it in the left corner. Pressured there. Double team. Bradford coming in, trying to help. Vargas there gets it. Gives it to Danza. Over to Shannon. Shannon trying to give it up, but kicks it into his own bench, and that's going to be a Wichita ball.
You know, back when the NASL was in here, back when the Roughnecks played indoor, they did have glass along the half boards leading up to the corners, as I recall from back when I was a kid watching them in here, and it's really kind of disconcerting. I think they're trying to play it off the glass there, or glass that isn't there, so to speak. I guess, Josh.
Yeah, yes.
So.
Alrighty, so ball put out of play. That's going to be from Wichita, so it's going to be Amos's ball to put it back in play for Tulsa. Plays it to himself, something he's been doing quite often today. I think a little bit different strategy for Tulsa getting those balls back in play. Going up for a header. Heads collide, but they call a foul, it looks like, against Thomas Shannon. Cordovez and Shannon go up for the head. Cordovez getting the shorter end of that stick. Foul called. That's going to be 3 fouls for Tulsa. Still 0 fouls for Wichita after the 6 there. Claire now with it, takes a shot. Blocked by Amos. Rebound. Ponies gets it. Gives it to Guernsey. Trying to control. Guernsey now gets it out to midfield. Wichita controlling the ball there. Claire gives it into the right corner for Cordovez. Sam beats him to it. Guernsey now turns, trying to get it out of the zone. Dribbling with it. Gives it over to Shannon. Sloppy pass there as Claire was there to intercept it. Now Tulsa with it. Shannon up the field. Ponies trying for a little give and go. Not able. Wichita stops. Claire now with it on the far side. To Cordovez at the yellow line. Cordovez shot. Baba Ugba able to get a foot on it. That goes out of play, and that is going to be a ball for Wichita at the top of the arc. So quick little action here going on in Tulsa defensive zone. Trying to scramble, get control, gets it out. Wichita puts it back in. A lot of back and forth here today. The controlling the ball up the field has been kind of a rarity. A lot of those long balls, but dribbling it out has been quite difficult for both teams. Ball deflected by Tulsa. Beckford running for it. Beats him, gets a foot, but not able to get past the keeper as Martinez easily pops that up into the air. Ball comes back to Martinez, and he grabs that. Plays it on the ground there for Bryant. Bryant, far ball into the left corner. Pittman takes a shot. Amos deflects it out. Back to Pittman now. Pittman takes it in the corner, off the wall. Into the top of the arc. They're trying to get it. Wichita had a man there, not able to connect. Back in the left corner. Bradford trying to clear. Wichita gets a foot on it, and Amos dives on that. Ooh, quick ball to Amos there. Pressure. That was close with Ugba. Now Amos able to get it up the field for Parente. Parente kind of cherry picking like we're used to seeing, but Pittman comes in and steals it back to Martinez. We've got 3 Tulsa up here with 3 Wichita defenders trying to put the pressure onto their own zone. Wichita able to clear the ball up in the neutral zone on the far side. Ubal gets a foot on it, knocks it back to mid. Pittman now with it. Crosses fields to Martinez. Bradford there playing with it and is going to get tripped up with Martinez, and they're going to call a foul on Beckford. Looks like 4 fouls for Tulsa now, with 9:54 remaining in the second quarter of play. Score is 3-2, Tulsa up. Wichita with the ball midfield. Barton gives it over to in the left side for Chang. Chang now playing with it with Vargas. Vargas is defending him there. Chang still playing with the ball, knocked away by Vargas with TM. Beckford now in the middle, trying to get it out. Wichita still kind of has the ball over the Pittman. Pittman in the yellow line, into Chang in the middle. Hobson now on the near side. Over Pittman now, neutral zone. Those Lauder to Hobson. Parente with a leg, sends it back. Hobson still with control of the ball. Wichita now slowing things down a little bit, controlling the ball, trying to get some passes in. Pittman now with a yell line over to Chang, back to Pittman. Vargas gets a foot on it, puts it into the corner to prevent Pittman getting that shot off. Now TM with it to Vargas, neutral zone. Tulsa trying to make their way up the field. Vargas dribbles over to the far side. Beckford, frustrated he didn't get the ball, but just stopped moving. Refused to run after that as Pittman intercepted it and gave it all the way back. Amos gives it to Vargas. Wichita putting pressure now. Tulsa, as they're trying to get it out of the zone. Amos is going to go ahead and carry it up to the yellow line. Give the far ball for Josh Danza there. Knocks it back, goes into the neutral zone, not able to actually control the ball. Now Wichita sends it up for Claire. Claire with Shannon there on the right side. Claire goes to the left, trying to get a shot. Shannon very, very close to him. Vargas able to get it away trying to play back, but Wichita gets their men back very quickly, and Tulsa hanging out, not pushing forward, playing a little bit more conservatively, it looks like.
They're
Claire
playing
now with the ball. And that's going to be a tripping. That's going to be the 5th foul as well for Tulsa. Tripping called, I believe that was Beckford, came in behind Claire. And they're going to give him a blue card. Looks like referee's going to issue Beckford a blue card for tripping on Claire. And that's going to put him in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Now, blue cards, I don't believe warrant. Do they man advantages?
Not sure about that one.
I guess they do. Oh, it's yellow cards do not. Blue cards do. So that's going to be a man advantage for Wichita here with Tulsa's 5th foul, getting lucky with it being a blue card. And so even now the next foul, Tulsa will be down for another 2 minutes.
Right. They could be possibly
with a man.
Down to 4 men for 4 minutes.
Yes, so Tulsa needs to watch themselves here, as another foul would allow another 2-minute penalty and thus a man advantage.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out now where the ball is going to go on the pitch. So now 8:09 remaining in the second quarter of play. Tulsa's going to be down a man, 4-on-5 for 2 minutes. Wichita gives it back to Chang at the yellow line to Claire on the left side. Lauder with it on the yellow line, over to Chang. Chang into the right side for Ordell. Ordell back to Chang. Over to Lauder. To Claire. Wichita taking it easy here, controlling the ball, trying to move it around, get an open shot. To Claire in the corner. Claire back out to Chang. Tulsa playing very safe, not able to make them choke. Shannon off the ball there, deflected. Bounces in. Guernsey gets a leg on it. It's able to clear it out. Back to the yellow line. Martinez taps it up, and Wichita has the ball now again at the Tulsa zone. Wichita playing very smart, getting the passes around the outside.
Okay.
Wichita able to slow down their game, play a little bit more basketball-oriented like you would see, passing around the point, making those slow passes. They had Pittman sitting inside the arc at all times, waiting for that opportunity. Very smart play, something you would see a lot in basketball. You get that man down underneath the basket, slow passes around the outside, make something happen. Tulsa playing very, very good defense. Thomas Shannon stepping in there when he needed to, not making any extra efforts, and then giving them an open opportunity.
Yeah, the one thing that they're working on this power play is very similar to what you would see as a diamond pattern power play in hockey, and is keeping Wichita to the outside perimeter, like you were mentioning, and they're trying to cycle and get that shot, but they're managing to get they're managing to cut off that lane in on Amos, and that's something that they've learned. I think it's a really good strategy right now, at least, as we're still in the penalty time, still in the power play time anyway, and they're trying to push him to the outside, and it's kind of it's working.
Yeah, it's been very beneficial for the first minute. We've killed half of that penalty. There's 1:04 remaining on the Tulsa penalty with 7:13 left in the second quarter. Tulsa still up 3-2, and wanting to hold them, wanting to slow down play. I'm sure play a little bit more conservative here with this penalty. But Tulsa just playing different in general than what honestly I'm used to seeing and really expected to see today.
No, it's definitely different than last week when they were playing Chicago. Of course, you're looking at the league, the best team in the league, and they were really spreading the Revolution very, very wide on the field, very, very wide on the pitch. And right here, it just seems like they're maybe about 5 feet off of the goalpost right down the middle of the field. You're getting those penetrations into the corners, but it's just been right there in the center of the pitch.
Mm-hmm. Now coming off that timeout, Wichita's going to have a ball at the top of the arc with the man advantage. Ball goes off the wall, deflected out to the neutral zone for Wichita. Chang's going to play it there, midfield. Let the passing begin for Wichita. Claire on the left side. Lauder, the top left line. Gives it over for Ordell. Chang in off the wall, wide of the net. And Guernsey able to get a foot on it, clear it back to Martinez, goalkeeper for Wichita. Bringing it back up the field is Lauder. Lauder giving it into the left there for Pittman. Quick back over to Claire. Claire across to Chang, trying to spread, make the quick. Oh, block there. Ordell gets a foot on it. Amos is able to come over and block that with their legs. Ball's going to bounce around the corner, go out of bounds. They're going to call it out on Revolution. So that's Wichita's ball. Wichita now with it. Lauder, the top. Claire with it on the left side. Lauder with the shot, deflected by Guernsey. Beckford able to get his foot on it, send it out to midfield. Guernsey fighting with it there, gets ahead. Guernsey's shot. Oh, just wide of the net. Not able to get a good foot on it. Still chasing down. And foot race over there. Lauder loses the foot race and goes down, and they're going to call a foul on Guernsey. Guernsey contests it, trying to explain that they were simply running side by side, and he's getting a yellow card. If he keeps it up, he's going to get more, but Guernsey likes to run that mouth of his. And so that's going to be another penalty for Guernsey going to the box. And that's a 5-minute penalty.
Wow.
Apparently, I don't know what they're calling, why the card was awarded. We don't get precise information up here. Yellow cards do not warrant a man advantage, so it's still going to be 5-on-5.
Yeah.
That doesn't count as a foul. It's not an actual foul here in the indoor PASL rules. A yellow card is not a foul, so Tulsa still sits at 5 fouls, still have 5 men, but they don't have Sam Guernsey playing with them for 5 minutes.
Right.
Things can get a little confusing here. We're kind of trying to learn and figure things out along with you, as some of these situations we haven't actually seen before. But I do remember 2 weeks ago versus Wichita, when the yellow cards were issued, there were no man advantages. So we'll be seeing 5-on-5 soccer here. Just no Sam Guernsey on the field for 5 minutes.
Misconduct in hockey. If you get a play, if it's a foul, if it's a 6 fouls, then it's a power play situation. The penalty is against the team. It's not against the. In this case, it would be a penalty against an individual.
Yes.
It looks like the referee's motioning. Okay.
There's some sort of communication between the referees and the Tulsa bench. I think they're trying to figure this out as well. Okay, so they're going to call the foul and the card. So Guernsey, I guess, is going to get charged with the foul for that incident, and then the yellow card, I guess, after the fact. So that is going to count as the 6th foul. Things are changing here rapidly. Stick with me, folks. So that's going to be the 6th foul for Tulsa. They are a man down now. It is 5-on-4. Wichita with the power play for 2 minutes. Parente goes in to serve that man advantage. So Wichita now with the ball in the Tulsa zone. Ball up. Amos deflected it straight up in the air, able to jump up and catch it before Pittman jumps on that. Amos gives the ball all the way down. Stopped by Chang in the neutral zone. 5:40 remaining in the second quarter of play. 3-2 is the score here. Tulsa on top. Wichita with a man advantage. And the ball bouncing up and around there. They're going to call handball on Brian Beckford. Accidental, just trying to get control of that. Claire's going to take a shot. Ooh, just far, just barely missed that left post. Squeezed it through all the Tulsa defenders there. That was a close call. And Wichita with control of the ball now, passing around. Chang with a shot, up over, hits the glass just above the net. Bounces out. Wichita able to regain control. Inside to Pittman, onto the outside for Claire. Claire wicks it in, nothing. Rainbow gets a bicycle kick, a bounce, and in between Tiem and Amos. Count that good. Great shot by Claire. He got his own rebound off the boards there and decided to say, heck with it, and just jumped up in the air for the bicycle kick. And was luckily able to get a good bounce off of it and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, we're tied again, looks like. That was the equalizer. And I believe that clears the penalty box. Josh, we got 5 Revolution players out there on the pitch.
That would clear the penalty. So Guernsey is still technically serving his penalty. Right. He's got 4 minutes left in that. And but Revolution is back at full strength because of that goal. So now it's 3-3 with 5:05 remaining in the second quarter of play.
That's right.
And back to even strength for both teams. Wichita now with control of the ball in midfield. Bringing it up in the left side. Into the corner, Cordovez gets a shot off. Blocked back out by Amos. Now Pittman with it at the yellow line on the far side. Over on the near side for Dan Sack. Sack playing with it with Parente there. Ball gets knocked out, and it's going to be a Revolution ball.
I'd say this game's turning into a bit of a street fight.
Yes, this has become quite a match here. Physicality's turned up. Both teams very, I think, starting to get back into their back into the groove here. I think it's playing a little bit, a little looser. It looks like, especially with all these penalties. That things are getting a little crazy here. Wichita, a lot of opportunities, and unfortunately for Tulsa, they are able to put it away with those opportunities that they've been given. So a little unfortunate couple of minutes there for Tulsa with all the penalties and the cards and everything. But we're back at full strength here with just about 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Ball stopped there. Going to call a foul against Wichita. That'll put Wichita back up to 2 fouls. Tulsa with 1. And a timeout called. Not sure which team, but we're going to take a timeout here. Oh, looks like a referee timeout.
Officials timeout.
Officials timeout here.
It's interesting to compare the two games that we've seen here at home against the B-52s. It seemed like that the officials were letting them play a whole lot more in the last game that we saw Wichita come here to the Cox Business Center. I don't know. It's like I said. It looks like it's coming in. It's coming in as a street fight right now. It's playing them pretty even. It's pretty much, I don't know, it's hard to describe how physical this game has become in this opening quarters.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's overly so. I don't think it's out of control by any means. I think things kind of got a little out of control at the end of the last game that we saw these two teams together, and I think these referees are taking measures to prevent that. There's definitely a lot more fouls on the board than there was last game. And the first whole quarter was like a couple of fouls. And now we've had plenty of fouls, so the referees are watching very, very closely, making sure, everyone's being safe out there, not doing stupid things. But, this game's been a lot different than what we saw. Shannon with a far ball up on the side. Kelly and Ponies trying to get it into the goal. Nothing too hard. Martinez is able to stop it there. Kelly and Ponies keeping the pressure on in the defensive end there, or the offensive end for them, I'm sorry. Jackson now with it up in the Tulsa zone for Wichita, playing Bradford, playing with him, forced to give it back to the neutral zone. Cordovez now with it for Wichita, gives it to Pittman. Pittman brings it into the zone. TM there with him. Pittman with the shot, rebound. Kelly gets a foot, sends it off from the far side. Wichita still with the ball, back in the neutral zone. Heavy pressure there by Bradford, forcing him all the way back to Martinez, the goalkeeper, and still pressure there from Bradford. Now Kelly intercepts that ball in neutral zone. Bradford's up there to get it in the right corner. Is there with Dan Sack. Sack comes away with the ball up along the board. Stopped by Kelly. Kelly now with it, trying to get it in. Jackson deflects it, gives it up. TM with a head. A lot of back and forth here fighting for possession of the ball. Wichita comes away with it. Cordovez now has it in the neutral zone. Into the Tulsa zone with a shot. Off the walls. Pittman has it. Pittman no shot. Gives it back to Cordovez. Shannon blocks that. Now 19, that's going to be Anthony Scognamillo, the Italian name. I do remember that from a couple weeks ago. Hard name to forget there. If you actually do pronounce it correctly, it is not a hard one to forget.
Years ago, Josh, I don't mean to interrupt it, but years ago I remember when the Roughnecks first made the debut on the pitch at Skelly Stadium, we had a lot of Yugoslavians. And you want to talk about some tongue twister names. It was hard for somebody like me. I was 10 years old at the time, but it was hard.
Yeah, with all these, with the international talent you get, with some of these teams, you get a lot of those interesting names you're not used to seeing around here. Back to play here. Wichita now with the ball. Claire with it in the Tulsa zone on the left side with Cordovez. Shannon gets a foot in there, able to knock it away. Shannon now with it midfield, gives it up to Ponies. Pony's not able to get to the ball. Barton steps in, steals it away for Wichita. We've got 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Only 1 minute left in Sam Guernsey's penalty. Claire sends the ball up on the left side, and that's going to go out of play. Long ball, like we see Thomas Shannon doing quite often. Claire tries the same and puts it out of play. That's going to be a Revolution ball back in their end where it went out. Josh Danza's there, and he's going to call a timeout for the team.
Okay.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter play. Score is tied 3-3. Fouls right now, we're sitting at Tulsa 1, Wichita 2. Now, both teams have served a 6-foul penalty. Sam Guernsey currently serving a yellow card penalty. He's been out for 5 minutes. He's only got 1 minute remaining on that. So a lot of things happening in the first half of play. Good scoring, very, very tight game. A lot of back and forth thus far.
Oh, definitely. It's again, even though it's had those moments where the Revolution seemed to surge ahead, we're still looking at a team. They're playing each other very, very conservatively. Looking here at the stat sheets, it would appear that as of right now, Lou Amos has made 8 saves on 11 shots. If I'm reading that right, of course, and he really has stepped up his game. Even though he's got 3 goals behind him, he's really come up in his. He's really managed to make himself wide in that net, and of course, with all of it going in between the yellow lines for the most part, he hasn't had to work real hard. Neither has Martinez for the B-52s.
Yeah, luckily, for the goalkeepers in this match thus far, not a lot of work. I mean, Amos has definitely made some great saves, though, so far.
Bro,
he's had a leap. He's punched him up over the boards, diving down with the leg saves. He's had some great saves, though, so far. And I think defense really on both teams, not just the defenders themselves, but the team, the way they're playing defense, and like you said, a little bit more conservatively. A lot of the play has been in the neutral zone, a lot of the passes. Wichita on that power play that they had, they were just a lot of passing, a lot of slow control, and not really the energy and the physicality that I was expecting coming into this game from these very, very young teams.
Yeah, and they've. It seems like Lou Amos has definitely got better communication with his defenders on the back side, although they are bunching up a little bit inside the arc.
We're going to get resuming back to play. I'm sorry if you were watching that. We were still talking. Quick ball up, Tulsa there. Parente down on the field, looking like he not feeling great. Gets up, might have just twisted his ankles away. He didn't want it. Limping awkwardly right now. And they're going to call it, give him a blue card. And so that's an automatic penalty for Wichita with the blue card, not a yellow, but a blue card. So that's a penalty, and that's a 2-minute penalty. And so Wichita's going to be a man down for 2 minutes. We don't have to wait for the 6 fouls tonight. Getting a lot of action now with the blue cards. So Tulsa man up for 2 minutes with 1:44 remaining in the second quarter. Tulsa now with it, Parente. Over to Shannon. Shannon trying to control it there on the yellow line, far side. Back to Shannon. Shannon with a shot off the boards. Beckford with a shot deflected by the defender. Wichita off the boards again and able to clear it out. Bounces all the way back. Amos controls it at the yellow line. Parente, Sam Guernsey with 10 seconds left on his penalty. It will be coming out of the box and back to the bench now. Beckford with it, over to Ponies. Ponies in the left. Off the boards looking for a rebound. Nothing happens. Parente, though, controls it in the neutral zone. Now, this referee's not getting the memo. Sam Guernsey was told by the referee in the box to run past the midline. Now, this is becoming quite frustrating to the fans. The referees are not communicating, and Sam Guernsey was told to run past the midline and to the bench as his penalty is up, so he's eligible to be subbed in. And now one of the referees on the field decided to blow his whistle on him, when, Sam was told by the referee in the box to do so.
Right.
So just some communication here. Apparently, someone doesn't know the rules or what's happening. But we're trying to get things figured out here. So Sam Guernsey's back in the box. I guess they're going to make him stay. The referee issued another blue card. I'm not sure if that's going to stick or miscommunication's going to happen. I don't know what's happening right now, but hope to get this figured out here. Just a minute left in the second quarter.
If I have any criticism of the PASL, is it's refereeing by committee, because there was obviously a miscommunication between our officials tonight. And we have half of our usual crew. We're used to seeing most of the same guys. So we've got two of the guys that we're used to seeing out here, and the other two, I wouldn't say newbies or anything like that, but with different faces. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They obviously know the rules. They're qualified to be out here, but the communication is just not working too well with the referees tonight. Now over talking to Coach Encian. Good stoppage of play here. Also interrupted the flow of the game.
Yeah,
we were on. I mean, the Revs were on a rush there, and they were moving the ball forward. It didn't look like Guernsey was going to interfere with the play at all.
No,
he was just instructed to move.
Yeah, he was told. I literally watched the referee in the box instruct him with hand motions and show. And so I understood from way up here very clearly what he had to do, and Sam was doing exactly that. But the referee said, no, that we can't even do that. And so now Sam is back in the box with a penalty for 2 minutes off of the blue card, but that should put Tulsa a man down, and we still have 5 men out on the field. Yeah, but the terrible stoppage of play here. Tulsa with the man advantage now. We're trying to make something happen. And now all this confusion has put a big damper. And with only a minute remaining in this half, so this is going to be an interesting second half of play as we start. As Wichita's going to be a man down for just about 15 seconds, 16 seconds approximately. And Tulsa will be down a man for a minute and 2 seconds. Starting the second half. So this has been an interesting first half of play, folks, that we've seen. I apologize and thank you for sticking with us here. As there's not a lot of communication between the field and us up here in the top, and trying to figure out exactly what's going on as they're trying to figure out what's going on can be fun. So now, ball's back in play. Tulsa's got the ball. Now it's 4-on-4 with that blue card to Sam after trying to get back to the bench. Prente with the ball with a shot. He's going to launch it up over the boards. Not able to do anything there.
Wow.
So interesting stoppage of play there. Trying to get everything figured out. Looks like we finally have. And we're going to go ahead and finish off this second half of play with 40 seconds left. Wichita now with the ball. Goalkeeper Martinez. He's going to bring it out. Plays it to Claire. Claire tips it over to the right side for other Martinez, number 92. Bradford is there. Breckford, excuse me. Amos knocks it out. There's Bradford at half field. Takes a shot, and that's going to go just over the boards. He had it on point, but just a little too far. Bradford with that shot from half field with just 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Martinez is going to get the ball on the goal. Long toss up to Pittman. Beckford hits it up to mid. Wichita trying to get control. Now Martinez takes a shot. Right of the boards. And nothing comes of that play. So that's the first half of play today in the Cox Business Center. Tulsa Revolution 3, Wichita B-52s 3. Tied at half. I honestly don't know what to say, what to make of that half in particular. Just very different.
It's definitely for this. Well, it's an even game, obviously. I mean, the scoreboard indicates that, but at this point, it's really hard to figure out the game plan of either team because they're playing it really, really close. to the chest in terms of their in terms of their offensive output. And as I'm noticing as we go to the break and the players go to the dressing room, Coach Encian did seem to have a few choice words for one of the officials on the far side. But my big complaint about that is it just interrupted the flow of the game, and that's, I don't know. It's hard to say that, but really, you don't, especially when a team's on a power play, you can't.
Yeah.
Whenever the player isn't involved in the play, let him go to the bench. At least go to the bench. Or it's one thing if you change, but I don't get it. That's one of the rules that I guess we're not supposed to understand. I don't know.
The communication in the organization, the referees, these are first-time referees. They're out here reffing for the PASL for the first time.
Right.
We're up here calling the game for the PASL for the first time. And, we're all kind of figuring, we're in this together. We're figuring it out, but we'll get through.
Well, in all fairness, I've refereed soccer myself, and, of course, on an open field pitch, you're talking about one referee, and these are two, which is probably a good thing considering the smallness of the relative short field and so forth. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those unexplained things, like a UFO sighting. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, things happen, and we will move on nonetheless, which we have here. So we have completed the first half of play here in the Cox Business Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we've got 15 minutes left in this halftime. Instead of you just listening to us ramble and waste our voices, I think we're going to take a quick little break, grab some water, and we'll be prepared to go for the second half of play. About 10-minute break. We'll be back a few minutes before the start of play to get you warmed back up for the second half. So, folks, don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be back just before the second half of play starts in about 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Josh Bergolari on American One with the broadcast here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Cox Business Center. The Tulsa Revolution versus the Wichita B-52s. Just a couple minutes left in halftime. I want to go over a couple things for you. This is the last home game for the Tulsa Revolution, but they still have 2 more games to close out the entire season. Next week, next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday, February 15th, Tulsa will be in Dallas, or not in Dallas, excuse me, in Texas, playing the Texas Strikers. And then the day after, Sunday, February 16th, Tulsa will be playing Hidalgo La Fiera to finish out this season. So 2 more games after today for Tulsa. Today, playing Wichita. Next week, they're in Texas, playing the Texas Strikers. And then the day after, Sunday, February 16th, they'll be playing Hidalgo La Fiera. And remember, you all can watch those games online right here at America One. Just go to the Tulsa Revolution website, which is tulsarevolution.com. Easy to remember. Get on there. You can click on the link. Remember, while you're at tulsarevolution.com, check out all the stats. Look at our player bios. Get to know the players a little bit, who you've been watching over the season. Also, check out the merchandise. A lot of great merchandise. I know they're having a great sale here in the stadium today that may be applicable online as well. Get online, look at some of our merchandise. Check out the website, tulsarevolution.com. We also have an online or a mobile app for your phones for Android and iDevices. So get that. We have a Tulsa Revolution app. You can always vote for the player of the game via the app there and get a lot of the same information from the website, so you can always have the Tulsa Revolution with you in your pocket. Now we're getting ready to start the second half of play. Both teams are out on the pitch, ready to go, just waiting for the clock to run down. Both teams tied at 3 after a half. Tulsa with 1 foul, Wichita with 2 to start off the second half. As you remember, from the first half of play, we're going to start with 4 men on each side of the field. We had a penalty for Wichita and a penalty for Tulsa, those still being served. And we're underway here in the second half of play. Wichita with the ball. Playing with it in the neutral zone. Off to a slow start. 4 men on the team each side. Nothing too risky going to happen here. Taking up a lot less of the field with an extra man missing. Martinez now the goalkeeper for Wichita. Over to the right side. Lauder there takes it up the right side into the Tulsa zone. Back out, passes it back. There for 14, Hobson. Hobson gives it over here on the left side to Chang. Chang into the zone for Claire. Claire back to Chang at the yellow line. Over to Hobson. Into Pittman. Pittman in the middle, not being able to do anything. Stopped there by TM. Shot by Hobson, deflected off Parente. Back into the neutral zone. Ball goes high. Wichita recovers and keeps control of the ball. Pittman now gives it off to the right side for Ordell. Back to Hobson, over to Chang. Chang into the left side for Claire. Back out to Chang. Over to Hobson. Guernsey's now out of the box. His penalty's over. Tulsa back at full strength. Ordell now with it. Off TM, deflected there. And it's going to go out of play. Referee from the box yelling at the Wichita coach. He was quite confused as to Sam running out on the field. I guess he didn't understand that the penalty was up. We don't have the penalty times up on the board anymore, unfortunately. I can't tell you exactly how much is left in the Wichita penalty. Excuse me, the Wichita penalty is over, according to the field, as there's 5 Wichita players. They're going to call a foul on Wichita over on the far side as Beckford goes down trying to control that ball. So now we're at even strength for both teams, it looks like. We've got things figured out, so we're back to regular play here in Tulsa. 13:20 left in this third quarter of play. Tulsa with the ball, controlling it. Amos gives it up into the middle. No one there. Hobson controls it. Guernsey fighting for it. Guernsey finally getting to play. takes the ball on the left side, gives it in the middle, not able to connect. Wichita intercepts that, then knocks it out of the zone into the neutral zone. Thomas Shannon now knocking it out of Tulsa, back up to the yellow line for Wichita. And they control the ball there, knock it to the goalkeeper. Back out to Pittman. Pittman in the neutral zone. Pittman gives it up on the left side. Thomas holding close there, making him give it up. Pony's now with it. Pony's to Bradford. Bradford up on the yellow line all by himself. Gives it into Ponies. Gives it behind him.
Oh.
Not taking a shot. He had an open opportunity, just him and the goalie. Ponies loses the ball now on the far side to Wichita. There's Jackson now with it, dribbling up through the zone. Into the Tulsa end, stopped by Beckford. Beckford turns around, is taking it through the neutral zone now, but gives it back to Shannon. Shannon misses that. Brain fart, as you will. And now gives it up. There's Bradford with it on the near side on the boards. Tulsa taking it slow now. Parente in the neutral zone, trying to get set, make something happen. We got Guernsey up top, cherry picking as Tulsa defense is playing with it. Amos, there's a long ball to Danza in the neutral zone. To Bradford, up on the left side to Guernsey, finally in the Wichita zone. Guernsey back to Bradford on the yellow line. Attacked by Pittman from behind, coughs it up, gets a foot on it, but Martinez is able to stop that. Not a real shot, but just off of Bradford's foot, trying to do something. Ball thrown up. Shannon stops that, gets it to Danza. Danza pressured, still fighting, gets it off to Claire. Claire now in the neutral zone. Near side, there's Cordovez. And back to Claire into the line. Shannon steps in front, stops, into the arc, and Amos is just going to play it off to Danza on the left side. Danza leaves it for Beckford. Bradford. Excuse me, these names, the Beckford-Bradford gets me almost every time. Ball given up into the midfield for Guernsey. He gets taken down, and the ball is going to be Revolution's ball right at about the midline here on the near side. 10:59 remaining in this third quarter of play, still tied at 3. Revolution with the ball. Beckford now gives it up to Kelly. Kelly now able to control, but Guernsey gets it back into the corner. There's Kelly. Double team now as Claire comes in to help out for Wichita. Kelly gives it back for Ugba. Baba Ugba gives it to Beckford. Beckford almost loses it, keeps control there. Turns around and is going back the other way. Gives it to Amos. Amos resetting, gives it up into the corner again for Kelly. Kelly trying to turn, gets it stolen away. Playing there with Lauder, excuse me. Lauder gets it away from Kelly and boots it up the field on the right side. Bouncing ball in for it for Wichita would be number 19, Sconiamilo. Sconiamilo there with Vargas. Tapped away by Parente. Now Beckford's running all the way up the field. Chased by Sconiamilo. Gets a shot off the top of the boards and deflected out of the play. Just above the goal there. Hit off the boards, and that goes out of play. So that's going to be a goal kick, if you will, for Wichita. Great run up the field by Beckford. Able to get that shot off.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little high.
Wasn't a rocket, but it was enough. It looked like if it would have been a couple feet lower.
Little interaction there in midfield. Vargas knocked down. Able to get back up. Not hindering play any. Parente there comes away with the ball. Tries to give it over on the near side for Bradford. Not able to. Intercepted by Wichita. And Parente steps back in and steals that. Now TM with the ball for Tulsa. And gives it away. Intercepted by Wichita. A lot of intercepted passes here. A lot of back and forth in the yellow lines, like we've said the whole game. Still a lot of back and forth between these two teams. Very, very evenly matched here. Now Wichita with the ball. Near side, pressured. Hobson now with it. Gives it up into the middle. Martinez there, 92, heavily pressured by Vargas. And cleared out by Shannon. Shannon gets it to Parente on the far side right in front of the Wichita bench. Now Bradford has it, and he's going to give it all the way back to Amos. Amos tries to trap, almost gets away from him. Pittman's there, but he gets it to Shannon. Shannon gets it off. Neutral zone now, back to Pittman for Wichita, and bounces to Shannon. Thomas Shannon for the Revolution gives it all the way up for Parente. Sergio Vargas now up there on the right side with Parente. Parente takes it in the right corner. Fakes the shot, does nothing, taking it back, trying to keep control of the ball. And he gives it back to Shannon at midline. Back to Parente now, taking it back into the neutral zone, trying to reset, get a little bit of the pressure off. Amos now controls it back by the yellow line, gives it up to Parente at mid. Near side, Parente looking for someone, dribbling it in the zone. Shot! Ooh, hooked up and over. Interesting angle from here. It was looking all right, but just a little high.
Yeah.
As that one soared over the glass.
It's been an interesting first few minutes here this quarter. First 10 minutes anyway. We got once again we're back to playing in between the yellow lines.
Yeah, this is looking like the first quarter of play. About halfway through, 8:11 left in this third quarter, and no scoring from either team yet. Still tied at 3. Wichita has 4 fouls, though, now on the board, and Tulsa with 0. Wichita now with the ball. Claire on the left side. Shot deflected by Ugba. Stopped dead in its tracks. Now Kelly comes away with it. Heading up the field through the neutral zone. Gives it to Ponies. Ponies with it now. Takes a little shot. Not a good one, but rolls into Martinez, and he's able to pick that up easily. Wichita with it in their own zone on the far side. Gives it up to mid. Jackson leaves it. Fighting there. Ugba between him and Shang. With it on the far side. Danza comes in to help, knocks it away, and Amos is able to clear it up into the midfield. Ponies there with it. Intercepted. Ponies with 2 defenders. Buying some time. There's Guernsey. Guernsey's waiting for the ball. Ponies takes it himself, gets a shot, goes wide of the net, bounces back out. They're going to play that ball as Wichita comes away with possession. Guernsey was running up the field asking for the ball with his arms wide open, not able to get that pass as the 2 defenders in between were stopping that. Beckford comes in from behind, gets the ball from Claire. Kelly gives it. Beckford now with it on the near side. Being chased down, going into the corner. Double team there. Wichita comes away with the ball. Sconia on the far side, gives it up along the boards. Chased down by Claire's TM, gives it to Amos. Amos back up the field. That ball intercepted, meant for Parente. Bryant hops in front. Now Lauder has it, gives it on the left side for Chang in the left corner. TM steps in, steals it away. TM on the boards, stopped. Not going to call a foul there. Intercepted by the Revolution now. Bradford with it back in the left corner. Double team. Sconia comes away with it. Claire shot, deflected by Parente. Back to Bryant. Lauder now on the left side. Near side here. Back to Bryant. Wichita going to reset. Doing a couple subs here. Switching most of the line. Now Pittman comes away with it. Pittman dribbling into the zone on the far side. Stops. Gives it back to Ordell. Ordell gets tripped up by Beckford as he crosses into the zone. And that's going to be a Wichita ball. A lot of quick passing here. A lot of back and forth. A lot of interceptions, turnovers, whatever you want to call them. But a lot of play, keeping me busy, that's for sure, but nothing close to the net.
Yeah, that's been something. They've been shooting everywhere. They're shooting at the net, but they're not shooting anywhere near it, I guess would be a best way to kind of convoluted way to saying that.
There's been plenty of shots, but a lot of bodies between the shots and the goal. Defense of both teams doing an excellent job. He just put that up and over the boards, and they're going to call a timeout. So Wichita just lofting that free kick up over the boards and calling a timeout. With 5:51 remaining in this third quarter of play, Wichita sitting at 4 fouls, Tulsa sitting at 1 foul, looking pretty so far the second half.
Yeah, definitely. That's it's really been a situation where, like we said at the beginning of the very opening quarter, and we've got we're getting the better breaks. The Revs are definitely getting the better breaks inside past the Wichita yellow line. The problem is that it's a lack of communication, at least is what I'm sensing up here, because like you said, we had Guernsey wide open right there in the slot, and all he needed to do was bounce that ball over, and he would have had a good portion of that net to shoot at.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm not sure if Guernsey might have been yelling at him or if he wasn't. It was just expecting him to read his mind. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some opportunities that could be had that the Revolution have missed out on so far. I mean, we've played 10 minutes of this quarter and still no goals. So really a lot slower game. It's really, I can't say that any particular team has had control of this game. It hasn't been a very control-oriented game. It's been very sporadic.
Right. They haven't been able to settle the ball down. Neither team has been able to settle the ball down very effectively, and that I think that's the reason why I think we're stuck at 3 right now. Of course, I don't want to curse the team any way, shape, or form, but that's one thing they got to work on is getting that control and getting the ball under control.
Yeah, I mean the slowest points of the game have been doing penalties, man advantages. A team is down, a team is up, and that's when you see play slow dramatically, which makes sense. But I don't know. It's hard to put a finger on it for sure, but it's a lot different play. Different lines. I think coach just might be trying something absolutely new. Maybe just rewriting a little bit of the formula. We've got a little bit different team out on the field than what we've seen for the rest of the season. So trying something different, seeing how it works, and I can't say it's working against us, but it's not putting like a million points on the board for us. But we're doing all right. And we're going to resume play after that timeout. Amos tosses it out. Wichita deflects it. Now Thomas Shannon comes away with it, takes a shot. Saved by Martinez. Rebound and counted good.
All right.
Parente able to get that rebound off of Martinez. Shot from Thomas Shannon, and Parente gets a good foot on it and puts it in the back of the net.
That's perfect positioning on Parente's part. He got that rebound and he put the ball right, put it home. That's the best part. That's the best way to do it. Best way to go about it. Right up the middle. And Revolution take the lead 4-3 in a very surprisingly tight game. Just as we were talking during the timeout.
Yeah, great positioning. I mean, that's what we've been preaching about for weeks here. Is getting that guy in the middle and getting those rebounds, even off the boards, off the keeper. There's so many rebounds and bounces in a game of indoor soccer. And Parente was in the perfect position following up that shot from Thomas and was able to put that one in for Tulsa. So that puts him up at 4-3 with 5:30 remaining in this third quarter. Tulsa long ball from Shannon, header for Parente. Split decision there. The ball's going back in the Tulsa zone. Tap back out quickly by Amos. Kelly now with it on the near side. Gives it up to Parente. Parente trying to get away from Bryant. Bryant is able to steal it away with help from Lauder for Wichita. Now Lauder comes away with it on the left side. Stopped by Shannon. Just puts his foot out. And Parente, long ball, little high from the yellow line, is going to put that out of play. Tulsa's going to change their bench while they're at it, waiting for this ball to be put back in play.
That scoring play was a great example of give and go all the way up the middle of the field, and it just shows how if they get their communication down right, like we were talking about earlier, they can really make something nice happen, and that's about as nice as you can get is go up a goal. It's just one of those. It was just a beautiful play.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's something that you want it to work. You want to see that every time, and Tulsa definitely executed that opportunity. Now Wichita with the ball into the Tulsa end here on the near side. Josh Danza defending. That's Cordovez with the ball. Gives it back to the midfield. Now Claire with it in the neutral zone. Danza still after the ball. Stopped by Bradford. Wichita gives it in for Martinez. 92 in the corner there. Vargas is on him. Cordovez gets it in the arc. Turns around. We've got 4 Tulsa in the way. That ball back into the corner. Vargas fighting there to get it out. Danza now back to Vargas. Vargas gets tripped up by Martinez there, and that's going to be a Tulsa ball.
Okay.
That's going to be 5 fouls for Wichita. Tulsa still sitting at 1. Wichita now 1 foul away from the 2-man advantage again. Shot by Ugba just high. But just before that shot, I don't think it would have counted either way. They called blow the whistle. Vargas was tripped up by Martinez in this end, and that's going to be the 6th foul for Wichita. Wichita getting those 6 fouls very, very quickly the second half. They started with 2, got 4, but there's 4:12 remaining in this third quarter of play, and Tulsa's going to have a man advantage. 2-minute man advantage for Tulsa on the power play. Ball's going to be in between the yellow line and the arc. Parente's going to tee it up there. Ball to Shannon. Shannon shot off the left post, bounces out. Parente now with it. Over on the Bradford. Into the left corner for Ponies. Back to Bradford. Over on the near side for Shannon on the yellow line. Back to Parente. Bradford looking for a shot. Gives it back to Parente. Back to Bradford. Takes a one-timer and puts it up over the boards. Not able to keep that under control. Good one-time shot. Get it off the foot quick, but not able to control that one.
Yeah, a little bit too much mustard on that shot, I would say. But, they're moving the ball a lot better on this power play, working that perimeter. They've got one of our players positioned right inside, right around the penalty mark, and they just need to keep this pressure on. This will be a good chance for them to get to take a two-goal advantage.
We've now got 1:25 left in that penalty for Wichita. Still on the man advantage. Guernsey now with it on the far side. Shannon in the neutral zone. Up to the yellow line, Bradford back. Over to Guernsey now. To Shannon. Shannon to Guernsey on the left. Takes a shot. Put up by Martinez. Ponies tries to get a head on it. They're going to call an elbow or a foul or some sort on Wichita as Ponies try to get that ball. He got knocked in the back of the head. And so another foul for Wichita now. We're back tied at fouls, 1 apiece. And Tulsa's got the ball just on the left side of the arc there. Shannon lining up. Gives it to Parente. Parente back to Bradford. Over to Ponies. Ponies takes a shot, deflected off of Bryant. Out of play. It's going to be Tulsa ball on the corner dot.
Been a interesting quarter. It's been an interesting game, obviously, but it's as high a scoring game as it was last week, this is actually refreshing to see.
Yes, it's a very good change of pace, especially for indoor. Like, you might see scores like this on some outdoor games. Mm-hmm. It might be unusual, but this is just as unusual for an indoor game. Tulsa now with the ball on the corner kick. They decide to give it back to the neutral zone. Shannon and Parente there playing with it. Get back to Ponies in the corner. Guernsey on the left side by himself, not able to control a hard pass. Ponies puts a foot on it in the arc, not able to get it, trying to connect. Whiffs on that. Oh. Pretend like we didn't see that one. And Parente comes away with it in the neutral zone. We've got 30 seconds left in the penalty. 2:40 remaining in the third quarter. Guernsey on the left side. Gives it in the middle. Doesn't get a good foot on it and just gives it away. Ball given all the way up the field by Wichita. Amos is going to clear that back to the neutral zone. Now we've got an odd man rush. Parente over to Shannon. Right side shot. Ooh. Reflect. Wow, what a bounce. The Martinez, the goalkeeper, went in to dive to save that. It bounced off the boards first, hit Martinez what looked like in the face, and luckily for him, went out of play.
Yeah.
And not back into the net. So interesting little bounce there. And like I said, you get a million bounces, a million different kind of rebounds. You never know what's going to happen with these boards.
Yeah.
So now another ball on the dot for corner, and there's going to be a Tulsa timeout.
That was a rocket of a shot. Having in my not so illustrious playing career, I know I've taken a couple of those in the face, and that's I guess you got to be special to be a goalie because that would definitely make the stars jump around in your brain. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was quite a zinger there from Thomas Shannon. As we know, he's got quite the boot, and he likes to put those shots, from far out. If he can arc it in there just right. We've seen some amazing shots from Shannon over the course of the season. So another zinger from him. And Martinez kind of getting lucky, not too unscathed there. T-shirt toss here in the Cox Business Center. We have Volt, the Fox, is the mascot actually for our WNBA team here in Tulsa, the Tulsa Shock. So we've got Volt here in mascot representing some Tulsa teams. As we had the Oilers mascot out a few weeks back. A lot of sports here in Tulsa. Fans are very, very, very proud and very,
Yeah, it's we've got a really good professional sports legacy, if that's a word, here in Tulsa. Of course, The team that will occupy this building next after we're done in here is the Oklahoma Defenders, Champions Professional Indoor Football League team. They just recently announced today, as a matter of fact, that they assigned a former Tulsa talent to the team, Jeff Hughley. So they will have next, as they would say, on March 1st here in the Cox Business Center.
Yeah, this place, Tulsa, very, very, very busy. If there's not sports happening today, just wait till tomorrow, and I'm sure there's something here.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it be hockey, soccer, football, you name it, baseball when it's nice out. But here we go with this soccer match today. Oh, quick shot from Ponies off of that corner kick, and deflected by Wichita and knocked out. It's going to go off the top of the glass above the goal. Amos watching that very carefully as it bounces back. Gives it to Guernsey. And that penalty on Wichita is expired, just to let you know. So they're now at full strength. Wichita knocking the ball away there. Parente trying to get control of it. Shannon and Guernsey now back in the neutral zone by their own end. Guernsey long ball off the head of a Wichita player and into the hands of Martinez, their goalkeeper. Martinez now tosses it up for Cordovez. Heavily pressured there by Shannon over the left side for Lauder. Lauder gives it to Cordovez. Quick shot. Amos gets it in the face, kind of disoriented for a second. And luckily, but Tulsa's able to clear it out. Bradford trying to control that ball there on the far side. Takes a bad bounce and goes into the bench. And we're going to call a timeout. The official's calling a timeout for Amos because he got hit pretty good.
Amos did take a pretty hard round in the face right there.
Yeah, that hit him square in the face. Quite a save, nonetheless. But Amos kind of getting the lights knocked out of him there for a second. Official tending to him as he takes some water and reorients himself with the field. But Amos okay, back up to play. Tough as nails, that guy.
Yeah. Good
Brit there. Love talking to Amos. That British accent, just anything he's got to tell you is always interesting for me.
Yeah, it is. So it's fun to talk to him, to listen to his listen to that accent. Of course, here we are in Oklahoma, and there's only really one accent you hear around in Oklahoma. So but like you said, he's tough as nails. You got to be a goalie, and anybody that tends goal in any sport.
All right, now Wichita,
be a special type of a player.
As we resume play there, Wichita coming off very, very hard, very quick, trying to make something happen. Guernsey getting plowed over in the process. Foul called there, and now Tulsa has possession of the ball. Guernsey shoved again. I think he flailed on that one, and Wichita's still going to have possession. Gives it all the way up on the left side for Lauder. Back there for Barton. Barton gives it in for Cordovez off his head into the right corner. Beckford's there. Lauder gets it. Clare now steps in. He's at the yellow line. Stolen away by Parente. Sconiamillo tries to get it from Parente. Not successful. Following down the field. Parente still with the ball. Gives it to Tiem. Tiem! Shot and a goal!
Very nice.
Excellent give there by Parente. And Tiem just buries that in the back of the net. Counted good for the Tulsa Revolution.
A lot of love, a 2-goal lead, and this is the second time Tulsa has had a 2-goal lead. Just had that forward just right there. It's good enough to pick up the pieces and pick up the trash and put it right into the net. That was just a beautiful goal. Absolutely a beautiful goal.
I couldn't have said it better, Rich. That was a very beautiful goal. Parente able to get it all the way up the field like he did. I'm not sure how exactly Parente did that. The foot skills of David Parente, it's just phenomenal.
Absolutely.
The praise I can give him with his handling skills are amazing. And brilliant pass. Some players in that situation, you make it all the way up the field, you're going to take that to the net yourself. Parente did not. Gave it to Tiem. He was wide open and puts it in the back of the net. Excellent play there by the Tulsa Revolution.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful shot. I love to watch his footwork. Yep. I mean, so much of this game is footwork, and he just has a really good way of doing it.
And Wichita is able to come back. Pittman puts that ball right in front of the goal, literally right in front of the goal there. And Jackson is there to just tap it in and get it right past Amos. He was defended very, very close, but just a quick little play like that, sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. So Wichita able to come back, cutting the lead to 1. Tulsa 5, Wichita 4 now with 21 seconds left in this third quarter of play.
It has become a You know, we have had a Tulsa and Wichita have had a rivalry in so many different sports in this town, and one hopes that this will continue on in the seasons to come for the Revolution, between the Revolution and the B-52s. And
10 seconds left. Tulsa with the ball, headed out by Josh Danza, and that's going to be Wichita's ball from the goal. Sorry, Rich. Go right ahead.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's absolutely. This has just been a delightful game to watch. Low scoring, and a lot of physical. Playing it really, really close. It's really been a great game so far.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Very different game. Different pacing, a different style of play. I mean, we've seen David Parente has been playing every position out there on the field. Thomas Shannon, Sam Guernsey, all of these players, even Alex TM. Alex TM, he's usually back here on D, helping out Thomas, getting up there, scoring some goals. So this line, this team, the formations that we've known, that we've come to know so far, have really been swapped up here in this last game at home. And, it's kind of bittersweet. It's nice, we're getting through a season. We've got our inaugural season. This is the last game at home. It's been a great stand, but I really want to see some more soccer action. I mean, this Tulsa team has really come alive.
Definitely.
And I would really love, next week, the week after, I'm very, very excited for what's to come with as much growth as we've seen this team, and we've seen them come so far in this very short season.
They've definitely grown as a unit since the first game that I've seen in this building. It's been they've really matured and really become more of units. It's just a shame that we don't have that much more. We don't have any more games here in the Cox Business Center, which is a shame. But there's always going to be room for improvement. And the pairing that you were mentioning between Parente and Shannon, they've got a great communication out there on the pitch, and that goal was just a perfect example. It was just beautiful execution on that goal, and one would hope that we can get players with that in the future, coming down in the future, in seasons to come, rather.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think just this team, and as much changes as we've seen, just with injuries and the like, every week we're seeing different names. This week nothing really new. We've had a couple of returnees, but a different lineup nonetheless. Frank Tayu's a name we're not hearing tonight. He's out, unfortunately. Moving back to his home, and so not able to be here for the last game. So Tayu's always been a big goal scorer. He's our points leader on the team. Maybe not now so far. Let me check. Parente with all these assists and goals today. But nonetheless, this team, I think the adaptation, the skill, that in itself, I think is a big skill. Being able to adapt with all the changes. Alex TM, very great player. You hear his name a lot. He's contributing a lot. He came in maybe halfway through the season.
Yeah,
he was not a player on the roster from the start. Brian Beckford, and David Bradford. A lot of these names, we've picked them up late, and we've been adjusting and tweaking. And I think Tulsa Revolution, finally this team is coming into its stride.
Right, exactly.
And it's it's things to see it right here at the end of the season. But we got something special here in Tulsa, and I hope the fans and I hope all you all out there realize that. Keep this thing going. We got something good here, and very, very excited to see what happens with it.
And it's for the fans in here. This is a good start. This is a good season in terms of getting soccer back on the mat. Soccer's making a rebirth in Tulsa. Of course, we've got the next professional team to play will be the Tulsa Athletics out at the Old Driller Stadium. And, of course, in 2015, we're going to see the USL team, whatever they wind up naming that, will be playing at One Oak Field. And it's a great thing to watch these seasons overlap and get, you'll see Levi Coleman playing and Michael Ponies playing for the Athletics starting in May.
Very, very good. Yeah,
go ahead.
A lot of action here. Sorry to interrupt, but like you're saying, there's always a lot to support here. And, players on this team also playing in other teams here in Tulsa. So, it'd be great for the fans to rally behind this. Now we've started the fourth quarter of play here in the second half. A little bit of back and forth in the first 30 seconds. Haven't missed much yet. Now Tulsa with the ball. Fast rush up the field. Shannon with it. Gives it in the middle. Stopped by Sconiamilo. Sconiamilo now trying to give it up. Gets it all the way up the boards. Back to Amos. Amos going to grab it and give it to TM. Revolution there trying to get on a fast break. Up the field, not able to commit to it. Guernsey's shot bounced off the boards a little wide. Now Guernsey has the ball in the right corner. Wanting to turn. Taken down by Sconiamilo, and also ball taken away by Lauder. Now Wichita on the other side, 3-on-1. Tulsa catching up. Shot by Cordovez up over the glass and out of play. Wichita, dangerous play there. They had 3 on TM, and we still had 2 Revolution players trying to catch up. Lucky for Amos, I'm sure he's relieved that Cordovez put that up over the boards. Well, ball almost made it back onto the field from the stands. We don't have any sort of netting here in the Cox Business Center this season. That might be something worth getting installed for seasons to come. So right now we're relying on our wonderful fans here to get the ball back into play for us.
Definitely.
Amos playing it to himself, as he's done so many times tonight, to Parente. Parente traps that, turns over to the far side. He's going to give it all the way back. He's had heavy pressure there, no passes. Now Vargas is going to get it in the neutral zone. To Parente. Quick pass up to Beckford. Beckford with it. Shot. Rebound. In the middle for Kelly. Kelly not able to control it. Wichita now has it on the far side. Double team there by Kelly. Up along the boards with Danza. Comes away with it. Claire gives it back for Wichita. There's Casey Barton. Barton gives it to the keeper. Keeper gives it up to Martinez. Other Martinez now, 92 up here on the field. Wichita trying to get control of the ball here at midfield. Danza now with an interception. Give it to Kelly. Kelly trying to catch up with it. Gets into the corner. Over to the right corner now. Kelly fighting with it. Gets it to Danza. Danza's shot off of Martinez. Now Wichita with a foot gets it out to midfield. And Vargas there to control. Heads it back to Amos. And Amos is going to hang on to that one. Amos now throwing it out into the neutral zone on the left side here. And they're going to call it. Casey Barton on a foul. Parente went down on the field. I can't even see him from here. He's still down. Okay, now he's standing up. There he is. Yeah. That's going to be Tulsa ball here on the near side. Parente with it, trying to get into the zone. Not successful. Another foul, and Parente goes down. It's going to be 4 fouls now for Wichita. 12:34 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Tulsa still up 5-4. Parente on the near side here. Fighting for the ball still with Sack, I believe. No, Barton, I'm sorry. Now Beckford has it. Back to Parente now gives it to Guernsey. Guernsey into the corner. Beckford's there trying to turn. Almost loses the ball. There's Cordovez, takes it away. Cordovez now streaking down the side. Ponies is catching up. Amos gets a leg on it and deflected out. Excellent save by Amos, he does. Very, very close one-on-one. Scary play there. Ponies overran that ball trying to intercept, but Amos is able to put his body down and get that out of play. Now that bounced all the way back to Wichita's yellow line and went out, and so now they have the ball. Wichita with it at half. Pittman now dribbling backwards towards his zone. Gives it back to Martinez, the goalkeeper. Martinez pressured there by Bradford all the way up. And it's just going to roll to Amos, and he'll grab that. Feed it to himself. Long shot up on the right side in the corner. Rebound off the wall. Kelly gets it. Kelly looking for a turn. Give it to Guernsey. Intercepted by Cheng there at the yellow line for Wichita. Kelly comes back to fight for it. Cheng still working off the sideboards, getting by Kelly. Kelly takes it away. Ponies knocked away by Wichita. Guernsey now on the far side. Guernsey kicks the ball into the Wichita zone. Cheng goes down, grabbing his knee. Might have been some connection there as he was following through the ball. Cheng got kicked in the knee there. He's getting up off the field, and he's going to head his way to the bench.
Yeah, a little shaken up on that one.
Yeah, luckily not injured too bad. Just walked that one off. Referee blowing the whistle at Coach Encian that's trying to talk to him over there on the bench. Doesn't look like he's like calling something. I'm not sure if that's a foul or...
I don't know if it was a foul.
Making a fist motion up in the air, referee pointing to the bench. But we're resuming play here. Wichita now with it in the Tulsa zone over on the near side. It's Ordell with it to Pittman. Pittman in the middle. Pittman taking it with a shot off the boards above the goal. Bounce back out. Now Wichita still with the ball. Pittman in the neutral zone. Gives it up to Ordell on the right side. Ordell into the corner with Shannon. Thomas Shannon there defending, and it's going to roll into the arc, and Amos grabs that. 10:38 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Amos gives the ball up long in the left side. No one there. Now Vargas is going in, but Martinez already knocks it out. Thomas Shannon goes up for the head. Too short. Claire now for Wichita controls into the corner. TM gets that and clears it out to neutral zone for Ponies. Ponies now on the near side. Back to TM. TM to Bradford. TM and Bradford in their own zone. Back up into the neutral zone now for Vargas. Vargas all the way back. Bradford's going to intercept that instead of leaving it for Amos. Very dangerous play as we've got Wichita putting pressure on. Now Claire comes away with it for Wichita. Waiting to get set. Gives it to Ordell. We've got Jackson in the middle. Jackson for Wichita cherry picking in the middle like they do. We know that play's coming. Luckily, Tulsa able to knock the ball away. Now Wichita resetting back in the neutral zone. Ball knocked back to Amos by Bradford. He controls it and gives it to Vargas. Now Vargas, long ball up, headed out of play by Bryant on Wichita. 9:33 left in the fourth quarter of play. Tulsa up by 1. Scores 5-4. Tulsa with 2 fouls. Wichita with 4. Ball goes back to Amos. Amos playing up by the yellow line, gives a long ball into the right corner for Ponies. Ponies intercepts it there. Looking for someone, gives it into the middle, neutral zone for Bradford. Bradford on the left side for Beckford. Beckford now on the yellow line. It's going to give it all the way back to Amos. Amos playing up by the yellow line. Trying to keep this pressure. Amos doesn't want it to die too bad. Now Danza has it over on the far side. Up for Beckford. Beckford now in the right corner. Takes a shot. Deflected. Bryant up in the air, headed down and grabbed Martinez. Good shot by Beckford there. Unfortunately, Wichita defense was there to make that save for Martinez. Foot stuck out by Bradford, poked away by Pittman. Ponies now has the ball towards the goal. Over to Bradford, back to Ponies. Not able to connect. Ponies now trying to reconfigure. Gives it to Danza. Danza now back to midfield for Beckford. Guernsey hops onto the field and takes that pass. Another change. Baba Ugba out on the field now as he gets it from Amos. A lot of switches here. Tulsa switching the bench. Now we've got Parente out there. Ball from Amos to Guernsey. Guernsey kind of taps it in the middle for Kelly, but Sconyamila was there to steal it away. And still no control really of the ball as the ball is going back to Amos, and he's controlling this ball a lot.
He's got a lot of time with the ball tonight. As a player, as like the sixth man. I mean, he's, of course, that's practically a position in arena soccer. But yeah, he's got a lot. It's going back and forth. It's looking like a volleyball game.
Yeah, not a lot of control coming on here. There's a lot of back and forth as we're playing in the neutral zone, trying to get control of the ball. Now Cordovez for Wichita is taking it up the zone, getting through 2 Tulsa players, tripped up by Parente, and they're going to call that foul. So now Matt Clare for Wichita is going to take that shot from just inside the yellow line. Tulsa's now got 4 fouls, tied with Wichita. And that ball shot from Clare deflected off of Kelly's leg and put out of play.
It's been it's hard to describe what's going on in terms of ball control, but that's what we were talking about earlier. It's just these teams don't seem to practice a whole lot of ball control down the field. Definitely not. That's one thing my old coach just said. You got to control the ball. Bring the ball to your feet. Bring the ball to your feet. And it just seems like they're bouncing off of them.
Yeah, it does seem that the ball is just bouncing around. Just freely as it is. No one's able to actually control it. Get a good pass off. A lot of interceptions. A lot of turnovers.
Right.
I mean, shots on goal right now are really low. We're clocking 13 for Wichita and 15 for Tulsa. Tulsa had been lagging behind on shots on goal this entire game, and now getting ahead for those shots. And we can see it. I mean, Tulsa's. I would like to say it's hard to say who's been controlling it more, but Tulsa, I think, definitely has been putting more pressure. The ball's been in the Wichita half of the field. I feel like more this quarter than it has been the whole game.
Right. So much of this game is getting the on the offense. When you're on the offensive rush, you want to get that one player free, and Wichita has the edge there. But the Revs seem to have more control of the ball when they get on the rush and when they get in beyond the Wichita yellow line. And that can work to their advantage. They just need to know how to break that one player free, and that's how Parente scored, I guess. So I mean, they've got to keep the pressure on, but they also have to play enough defense.
Most definitely, yeah, I definitely agree there. Now Wichita's going to have the ball now. That was deflected out by Kelly, so they're going to have a corner kick here on the near side to start play. 7:36 remaining in this fourth quarter. This to Ordell, just a short little tap. Shot, hit off Amos, trying to get control. Ponies is now going to take it. Trips over the ball, trying to get it out of the field, and now Wichita's going to turn it back around in the Tulsa zone. Poor Ponies is tripping over the ball there, trying to get it out, and now Wichita has control again. Shot by Ordell, blocked by Amos, hit out by Guernsey. Now that shot off of Ponies, and that's going to be deflected out by Wichita, and that'll be Tulsa's ball right at the yellow line. Ooh.
Shaky situation down low on the right in front of the Revolution goal. Once again, we see Amos making this save with his foot so often, and when he does use his hands, it's good because he got enough of the ball on that last flurry right in front of him.
Yeah, Amos has just been fantastic in goal tonight, only allowing 4 past him on the 13 shots. Really the defense, both teams honestly doing a great job. A lot of bodies, a lot of shots just being deflected off of bodies. And, those aren't reflected in shots on goal, of course, but, the shots count would be much, much higher.
Right.
Resuming play here now. Wichita's got the ball down by the Tulsa end. A lot of passing going on here, getting a little bit control of the ball. Rough pass off the wall. Guernsey trying to step in, but not putting too much pressure on, not wanting to get called for another foul. Shot by Ordell, put in the middle. Lauder was trying to get there. And now Parente was getting the ball here in the neutral zone. He was tripped up, and they're going to call that foul. We saw that ball. I didn't see anyone in the neutral zone. They weren't cherry-picking in the arc like they usually are, but Lauder came zooming in that arc to get that ball given in there like they do, and Wichita does it so well. That's how they score a lot of their goals, just getting that guy in the middle of the arc. Wichita with the pressure there. Tulsa's ball, but they lost it very quickly. Guernsey heavily pressured in the neutral zone. Now Tulsa again to resume play. Guernsey up on the far side. Couldn't catch up with that ball from Shannon. 3-on-2, odd man rush from Wichita. Put in the middle. TM not able to get a foot on it, but Pittman let it roll past him. Now Pittman on the near side with it for Wichita. Gives it back into the middle for number 18, Dan Sack. Pittman to Chang. Off of Shannon, deflected. Now Parente gives it to Bradford.
Oh, boy.
Bradford gives it back to Amos, and he's got to get it out real quick.
Oh, that was close.
Can't say I approve of that pass, but it is now in the hands of Wichita's goalkeeper Martinez.
It's one of the things that gives goalies all kinds of stomach acid problems when they see that.
Yes. Now Wichita with it, giving it into the near boards. Off of the boards by Pittman, bounces all the way out. No Wichita players put a foot on it, but now they have control of it in the neutral zone. Chang with it, gives it deep head, and Amos is able to grab that. Amos up for Shannon. Shannon close there with Pittman, but gets it off to TM. TM not able to control that as it bounces into his own bench on the far side.
Wow.
Quick play here. A lot of back and forth, a lot of action. Wichita now with the ball in the neutral zone. Bringing it up past half line. Give it inside for Chang. Chang, Danza, Claire kind of hit it, but it goes into the corner. Now Parente trying to get it out of the zone. Turning around to Bradford, back to Danza in his own zone. Now to Amos, trying to split it up, slow it down a little bit, get some control. Beckford now with a long pass all the way up the right side. Ponies is there in the right corner. Ponies controlling the ball. Vargas there wanting it, but Ponies hanging on, gives it back. Vargas almost got in the way, it looked like. Still trying to be open for the pass. Now we're playing backwards and giving it to Amos. Resetting here, Amos up into the left corner now. Ponies. Danza! Goal for Danza!
All right.
Excellent volley shot by Josh Danza. Counted good for Tulsa Revolution. Put him up by 2 again.
That was exactly what I was talking about when we were at the timeout, Josh. Broke the man loose, and he just had all the net to shoot at, every single square inch of it, and he put that one home. It was just a beautiful shot.
I agree. He handled that very, very well. He got that up just for the volley shot, that side leg, off the bounce from Ponies. Ponies just controlling that off of his chest. Great ball given to Danza, and Martinez in goal just caught off guard there. Excellent shot by Danza, just burying that one in the net. Give Tulsa a 2-goal lead once again. Tulsa up 6, Wichita 4 with 4:25 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
A lot of soccer left to be played, Josh. This could be, we can't count this out all the way down to that last minute. That's we proved in the last game between the two of these teams.
Certainly can't. We've seen many, many games go to the final seconds where the deciding goal being scored in the last seconds of the game. So 4 minutes is still a lot of time, but Tulsa definitely feeling good with a 2-goal advantage, and this crowd really, really enjoying that and getting into this game. Ball cleared all the way back for Martinez. Wichita goalkeeper clearing it all the way up the boards now into the left corner. Stopped by Tulsa. Now Wichita, Sconia Mill looks like he's going to give a shot. There he is, but he's giving it inside. Lauder there in the middle of the arc, not able to get a foot on it. Cordovez now on the left side. Back to Sconia Mill on the right. To Cordovez. Tulsa defense playing very, very well, very close. Able to get their bodies on it. Wichita not doing anything. Shot blocked by Guernsey. Off the Tulsa wall, the bench. Ponies is up there trying to get control of it. There's Bradford playing close on Martinez. Up to Cordovez for Wichita. Now Lauder dribbling in. Stolen by Ponies. Ponies turns it around. And there's Bradford. Bradford's in the neutral zone just waiting for it. Gives it to Ponies. Not able to catch up. And Wichita taps it back to Martinez. Very, very close opportunity there, but Ponies not quite with the gas to get there. Cordovez gives it deep into the right corner for Martinez for Wichita. Pittman now with it. Takes a shot. Saved by Amos. And cleared out. Now Parente has it at mid, but tapped back in by Dan Sack of Wichita. Now cleared again by Amos. Guernsey's going to control this as Pittman's coming up his rear. He's got to put the gas on. Gets tripped up on the yellow line. And nothing's going to be called there. Guernsey's still on the ground. Ordell now giving pressure with Amos getting tied up. I don't see how nothing's called, but we get away unscathed as Beckford comes in to help out. Now on the other end, Parente, he gets tripped up as Casey Barton sticks a leg out. And he shoved Guernsey away there.
Wow.
Barton getting a little physical. I don't think any referees saw that, unfortunately. And that's going to be 6 fouls now for Wichita once again.
There we go.
And we're going to have a 2-man advantage. The last 2 minutes and 10 seconds of this game, or the fourth quarter, I shouldn't say game. We're not counting our chickens before they hatch. But of the fourth quarter, 2 minutes, the final 2 minutes, plus 10 seconds. I mean, Wichita will have 10 seconds of 5-man. But the Tulsa's going to have a power play practically to end out this game. And smart Coach Ensign is going to call a timeout to play this out. So interesting little ending of the game, kind of in Tulsa's favor now.
Definitely. That's they've got to keep the pressure on through this last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Obviously, I mean they have the opportunity to do that on the power play. But other than that, they've really taken. And I really hesitate to say this, Josh, but they do have a measure of the control of the game right now. Well, the key is not losing it. That's the one thing that they can't allow them to break free on this one. They got to put the boot on the neck.
I definitely agree. I mean, it is Tulsa's game to lose at this point. We're up by 2. There's 2 minutes left. And, lucky with the foul count, just the way that things happen to turn out. 6 fouls enough for Wichita, put a man in the penalty box. Tulsa's got a man advantage. What could they do? They, score another goal or 2. I mean, scoring another goal will take the man out of the box just fine. But a lead by 3, I'm sure Tulsa wouldn't complain about. But now Tulsa controls the ball. They're going to have the ball to put it back in play. And I presume we're going to see some slow plays, some slow passing. We're on the power play. And like we've seen all night on the perimeter, slow passes back to the point on the yellow line, inside. We need to have someone camping out in front of the goal. And if we've got that, Tulsa has a lot of opportunity.
Right. They got to kind of work it like you would in American football and control that clock. They have the ability to control the clock. I wouldn't see them take a shot real early.
Yeah, no, I don't expect many shots because it looks like Wichita's going to put their 6th man, as you say. They have 4 players on the field, but a 5th in goal now wearing a different jersey. They pulled the goalie Martinez, and that, according to his pants number, is going to be Casey Barton. So Barton's wearing a red jersey back there for Wichita, and he's going to be the pseudo goalie / 5th man for Wichita during this penalty. So interesting way to end the game here. Last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. Parente's got the ball just on the other side of the yellow line. We're waiting for the go. Put in play. Bradford now with it back to Parente in the neutral zone. Got to play safe, but Wichita's putting on the pressure. They're wanting Tulsa to cough it up. Now Amos with it. Gives it in deep. Batted away by Barton. Pony's now with it. Trying to control the ball. Thomas stops it from going out of play along the boards. Gives it back to Parente at half. Parente playing it back to Amos. 1:43 remaining in this 4th quarter. Amos back to Parente on the left side. Wichita pushing very, very far up. Pressuring Tulsa, wanting us to cough up the ball. Bradford with it. Gives it to Ponies. Ponies on the far side. Looking for what to do. Gives it back to Bradford at the yellow line. Inside to Guernsey. Not able to put it in. Very, very close. Gives it back to Parente. Got to reset. Very, very close ball. Guernsey almost able to get that foot on it and put it in.
Cards out.
And that's going to be a blue card to Ordell for just running through Parente. Parente was getting the ball off, and Ordell just plows right through him after the fact. And that's a smart card there by the referees. Now with that, they're going to put Martinez back in goal. And they're going to be down. It's going to be a 5-on-3 opportunity. I've yet to see this with the Revolution here at home, and we've got a 5-on-3 situation for the last minute 15 of the 4th quarter.
Definitely in the other sport with the penalty box, this is definitely a gift from the referees.
Yes.
At least that's what everybody says.
Yeah, in hockey you can get these situations a lot, and with soccer, the Tulsa Revolution has been blessed with this right now. 58 seconds left in this 4th quarter of play. Tulsa just running the clock, just playing it safe. Honestly, we were up by 2, 6-4. Interaction with the referee there, trying to get out of the way, but it keeps bouncing. Parente now pumping up the crowd, trying to end this on the high note. We got 40 seconds left. A lot of passing now by Tulsa. This is the control we've been waiting for. Parente getting fancy there with the feet like he likes to do. To Guernsey. Guernsey now just gives it back to Parente. Parente shot blocked by Martinez. Good shot, good block there. Martinez gives it up. Thomas heads away. Thomas Shannon now with it. Gives it to Guernsey. Quick give and go. Shannon with a shot. Up and over. Not able to control that. That would have been a sweet little ending. Got 11 seconds on the clock. Just 1 second left in the first penalty. So in 1 second, Wichita, well, looks like right now. Nope, they're going to bring him back out for the 1 second. So in just a second, Wichita's going to be back to 4. It's going to be 5-on-4 for the last 10 seconds of this 4th quarter. Tulsa 6, Wichita 4.
And all the way down the horn.
Well, they're going to draw this one out as we just now got the ball back from the stands. And Wichita's goalkeeper Martinez is back out on the field now. as he was earlier after that second penalty, and he's going to put the ball back in play. Three, 2, and 1. And that's games, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, a great win here at home from the Tulsa Revolution. Very hard-fought game, very skillfully fought, and Tulsa ends up on top. After 4 quarters of play, Tulsa Revolution with 6 goals, Wichita 4, and that's Tulsa's second win of the season. That puts Tulsa, looks like, at 2-12 on the season. And what a way to end out this homestand here.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier to get this win here at home. We were so very close 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
with
definitely.
This Wichita team. Just coming down to the line. Much higher scoring game, but very, very exciting. And this one exciting as well. Different play, a little bit slower, a lot of play in between the yellow lines.
That is for sure.
But Tulsa with ultimately control of the game, the pressure just has dominated very, very well. Is all I got to say. And it's very, very great to see these guys get a win at home. We've had a lot of disappointing ones where your heart's in your gut. Very happy for this Revolution team. Get a win. To end it off here at home, and this is our home season.
Yeah, this is the one thing that Coach Ensien said after the game against Chicago is to show they wanted to find a place to show where they've grown as a team, and of course after that he was talking about a 16-9 defeat at the hands of the Mustangs. Of course, when you play a team like Wichita and you're essentially playing the same team that you are in terms of identity. And to defeat them by 2 goals whenever the last game was so close and went down to the last 45 seconds, it's got to be a great way to lift the players up going into the road trip that's going to end the season.
Most definitely. Yeah, it's an excellent way. Ending on the road's always rough, but getting this win here at home to end it off the home stint is wonderful. The game-winning goal being the 5th goal coming from Alex TM. Remember back in the third quarter with just 42 seconds remaining in that third quarter to put Tulsa up 5-3. Then Jackson scored for Wichita to make it 5-4, and Danza securing the win 6-4 with the final goal in the fourth quarter. So that was it today from Tulsa in the Cox Business Center, your Tulsa Revolution. Guys, don't forget you can get on America One and watch the remaining 2 away games next week, next Saturday. They're in Texas playing the Texas Strikers, and then Sunday, the following day, they're playing Hidalgo La Fiera to end out the season. That's it for me, Joshua Bricolaria, alongside Rich Lohman. Wonderful having you all here. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I want to give a shout-out to the owners of the Tulsa Revolution, Adam Allure and Shannon, whose last name now escapes me. I feel terrible.
Shannon Clark.
Yeah. Thank you, Rich. I know that's we're 2 heads are better than one. That's
Yeah.
Shannon Clark and Adam Allure, the owners of the Tulsa Revolution. Excellent opportunity. Glad to see a high-caliber team such as this here in Tulsa, and a lot of fans out here tonight supporting us. We hope to see everyone out more. Remember, TulsaRevolution.com. Finish out the season and stay connected through the off-season. Keep up with news and see what's happening. That's it for us today. I'm Joshua Bricolaria. Hope to see you all again sometime on the other side.
All right, thanks, guys. Real quick, just want to thank Adam and Shannon for the opportunity to come up and speak and broadcast with you, Josh. I know that we kind of got thrown into this job.
Yes.
But it's been fun. I'm looking forward to seeing this team grow and move up and just become. I think they got a chance of becoming a driving force in the professional arena soccer league.
Yes. Very,
right.
very, very glad to have this team in the PASL. And, thank you to all of you in the Revolution and the whole franchise itself. So thank you, and signing off, this is Josh Bricolaria and Rich Lohman. We'll see you all next time.